When I was around 12 or 13, my sister and I came across a game when we visited my cousins in Mexico. It's basically a game that connects you to the other side and you can communicate with a good or bad spirit. It's called the Red Book game. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, so I decided to play. It was a very freaky experience. I believe whatever spirit we were communicating with attached to us in a negative way. Fast forward, we went back home after a week in Mexico and it was summertime. I used to stay up late with my sister Jess and cousin Betty until 2 or 3 in the morning playing board games or watching movies. One particular night we were playing a game and it was about 2 in the morning. We heard a slight knock on the door. I went to go open it and there was no one there. We thought it was our younger sister Ash playing a prank on us, so we didn't think anything of it. A couple minutes later we heard 3 knocks, but this time it was louder. I went to go open it again and no one was there. At this point we were afraid and debating on who should go downstairs to check if it was really my sister pranking us. As we were talking, again 3 knocks. I quickly opened the door and no one was there. We all decided to go downstairs to check to see if anyone was awake. My parents were asleep, my grandma was asleep, and my little sister was also asleep. We ran back upstairs because we were horrified. As we were talking about the knock, we heard a large slam coming from downstairs. We had no idea what it was. Betty and Jess made me go and check, of course, because I was the youngest. It was our chimney protector that had flung across the room. My dad came out mad because he had to work the next morning. He inspected the area to see what could have caused the fall. He was surprised because it was a large, heavy object, but didn't believe it fell by itself and made us go to sleep. That was my first paranormal experience of many. Now this story I'm about to tell is the most creepiest experience I had. After my first paranormal experience, odd things would happen, such as random things missing that I had just put down, things falling off the counter, frequent arguments and fights between my sisters and I, as if there was a really negative energy present in the house. I always felt like I was being watched. I never slept with the lights off because I felt like I was not alone. One particular summer night, Jess, Betty, and I were watching a show. Jess and Betty were sitting on one sofa facing the TV, and I was sitting on the single chair sofa. We heard a sudden growl. It sounded like a wild pig growl coming from our backyard. We didn't live on a ranch, we lived in the city, so we found that really strange. Jess paused the TV to see if we could hear it again, but there was no growl. We opened the window to see if it was a stray dog, but there was nothing. We all sat back down to continue watching the show, when I felt a sudden hair pull. It was so aggressive my neck snapped back and hit the staircase. I shouted in anger because I thought it was my little sister messing with me. When I turned around, I saw a little human with black, straight hair, straight bangs, pale skin, and a faint smile. I quickly turned back around and jumped all the way to the sofa with Betty and Jess. I don't know how I jumped 5 feet from one sofa to the next, but I did it after I saw that shit. My sister Jess sat there in horror, shocked at what she saw, and we all ran upstairs to the room. Betty did not know what was going on because she was watching TV, but Jess claimed she saw when my hair was pulled. Of course I didn't want to sleep alone that night, so all 3 of us tried to sleep in a twin bed. Jess was charging her phone and her charger had a bright blue light, so it was lighting up the room. I couldn't go to sleep, so I started staring at the walls of the room. In the corner of my eye, I saw something moving. I glanced and I noticed my drawer was slowly opening. I kicked Jess and Betty so they could wake up, and I told them the drawers were opening. We all laid there in horror watching the drawers opening one by one. We hid under the covers and planned to make a run for it. I got the nerve to get up and run towards the door. The door was stuck. It wouldn't open. We were all crying in horror, trying to get out, and Betty forced the door open after what seemed like forever. My parents came out of their room, and we couldn't even talk to tell them what happened. After we explained to my parents about the drawers opening, we went with my dad to show him. The drawers were all open. They were all open in an even manner. He made us go to church and get blessed the next day. The priest also came over to bless the house. Hi guys, Yeagerbom here with the Yeagerlore channel. I hope you enjoyed this story about whatever was living in that person's home. If you did, make sure you hit that like, and let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out our other channel on YouTube, Yeagerbom. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.